students, in this class I am solving one more problem on conversion of single entry system into double entry system. The problem which is asked for the previous examination, that is November 2018, for 15 marks. The problem given is Mr. Ishwar keeps his books of accounts on single entry system. He gives the following information. First, the statement of affairs as on 1/1/2017 is given. So here we know the opening capital is 89,400. Next, summary of cash book, that is cash account for the year 2017 is given, and also other information is given. From this we are required to prepare the trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 2017, and also the balance sheet as on that date. So by observing the information, opening statement of affairs is given, cash book summary is given, and from the available information in the opening statement of affairs, creditors and bills payable are given, and on the asset side, debtors and bills receivable is given, and also in the cash book, bills receivable and bills payable, cash paid and cash received. Regarding the bills payable and bills receivable, information is given. So we have to prepare the four accounts related to debtors and creditors. First, we have to prepare the debtors account and bills receivable account, and next we have to prepare creditors account and bills payable account. So in the debtors account, the opening balance is given in the statement of affairs, which is prepared on 1/1/2017, that is opening statement of affairs. All the opening balances of debtors, bills receivable, creditors and bills payable are given. So here opening balance of debtors should be taken on the debit side. To balance brought down 20,000. Next, bills receivable is also given in the opening statement of affairs. So take the opening balance. To balance brought down 1,000. Next, from the cash book, here on the receipt side, that is debit side, on the receipt side, to debtors is 60,400. That is, it indicates cash received from debtors 60,400. So in the two debtors account, we have to write as by cash account 60,400. Next, two bills receivable in the cash book. Two bills receivable, that is amount received on the maturity of bills is 600. So in two bills receivable account, we have to write as by cash account. By cash 600 rupees. Next, observe the entries on the payment side, that is debit side in the cash book. Here first entry is by bills payable 2,000. That is cash paid on the maturity of bills is 2,000. So we have to enter these transactions, bills payable and creditors transactions have to be entered in the bills payable and creditors accounts. Next, related to debtors and bills receivable, see the information given in additional or other information. The first item in the additional information is credit sales 91,000. So debtors account debit side we have to enter to credit sales 91,000. And next is information is discount allowed 1,000. It should be entered on the credit side. By discount allowed 1,000. Next, returns inwards, that is sales return. It should be also entered in the debtors account as by returns inwards or sales returns, that is 1,200. Next, bad debts is given. So 1,000, it is also entered on the credit side of the debtors account. By bad debts 1,000. And one more information is bills receivable received from debtors is given 1,400. Bills receivable received from debtors. So in debtors account we have to make entry as by bills receivable account. That is by bills receivable received. We have to write in the debtors account as by bills receivable account 1,400. And for this entry we have to make contra entry. In bills receivable account we have to write as to debtors account. To debtors account 1,400. And up to this all entries in debtors account and bills receivable account have been made. Next, close first bills receivable account. Here opening balance and two debtors account. This is for contra entry for bills received. So the total is 2,400 and ascertain the difference on the credit side. 600 is deducted from the 2,400. The balance is 1,800 and here it is the closing balance of bills receivable. By balance carried down indicates closing balance of bills receivable. And next, close the debtors account. Here debit side is more, that is 1,11,000. From 1,11,000 all credit entries are deducted and the difference is 46,000. It is the balancing figure and it is the closing balance of debtors, that is 46,000 rupees. Next, we have to prepare creditors account and bills payable account, and we have to make all the entries regarding creditors and bills payable in this account. Next, we have to prepare creditors account and bills payable account. So prepare creditors account and bills payable account. Take the opening balance. This account shows credit balances. So take the opening balances on the credit side. They are available in the opening statement of affairs. So in the opening statement of affairs, on the liability side, creditors is given 36,000. So by balance brought down 36,000. And bills payable is also given. So take by balance brought down 3,600. It is also given in the opening statement of affairs liability side. Next, see the cash book. On the debit side, that is on the payment side, the first entry is by bills payable 2,000. It indicates cash paid on the maturity of bills. So write in the bills payable account to cash paid 2,000. Next, entry in the cash book on the payment side is by creditors 35,600. It indicates cash paid to creditors. So write in the creditors account to cash paid 35,600. Next, see other information given. Here credit purchases is given 40,000. It should be entered on the credit side of the creditors account. By credit purchases. Credit purchases should be entered in the creditors account on the credit side. By credit purchases 40,000. Next, discount earned 2,000. It is also entered in the creditors account. On the debit side, to discount earned 2,000. Next transaction related to creditors is returns outwards. That is purchases returns. Returns outwards means purchases returns and amount is 1,000. So enter this transaction on the debit side to returns outwards or purchases returns 1,000. Next transaction related to creditors is bills payable accepted 4,000. Bills payable accepted or bills payable issued is entered on in the creditors account debit side as to bills payable account 4,000, and in the bills payable account we have to make entry as by creditors account. This is contra entry by creditors account 4,000, and after making entries the transactions related to creditors and bills payable. First close the bills payable account. Here credit side there are two entries 3,600 and 4,000. Total is 7,600, and from 7,600 2,000 cash paid is deducted. The balancing figure is 5,600. It is the closing balance of bills payable. Next, close the creditors account. Here total on the credit side is more 36,000 and 40,000 is 76,000. From 76,000 all debit entries are deducted and the balance is 33,400. It is the balancing figure and it is the closing balance of creditors. And here the missing figures related to debtors, creditors, bills receivable and bills payable are the closing balances. That is the balance at the end of the year, and they should be taken in the closing balance sheet. Next we have to prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Next we have to prepare trading and profit and loss account. So give heading trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st of 2017. In trading account, debit side opening stock purchases and sales and closing stock. These are the main items. So first take the opening stock. To opening stock which is given in the opening statement of affairs, that is 30,000. So take the opening stock 30,000. Next, two purchases. Cash purchase is available in the cash book and credit purchase is available in the creditors account. So see the cash book debit side. Here cash purchase is given, that is 4,000, and credit purchase is also given in the additional information 40,000. So cash purchase and credit purchase 40,000, total 44,000, and deduct returns outwards, that is purchase returns. It is also given in the problem in other information. So returns in outwards is 1000 and the net purchase is 43,000. Next, on the credit side, take by sales. Here cash sales and credit sales is the total sales, and if there are any sales returns, that should be deducted. Cash sales is available in the cash book. See receipt side of the cash book. Here two cash sales is given 20,000. So cash sales is 20,000. Credit sales is given in the other information. It is also available in the debtors account. So credit sales given is 91,000. So cash sales 20,000, credit sales 91,000, total sales 1,11,000. Deduct sales returns, that is returns inwards, which is given in other information. So less returns inwards 1,200 and net sales is 1,09,800. And take the closing stock on the credit side. By closing stock 41,000. It is given in the information, in other information. Stock on 31st of 2017 41,000. So closing stock is 41,000. Total is 1,50,800. Here credit side is more. So take the total on the credit side and ascertain the difference on the debit side. The total 1,50,800 is taken on debit side, and after deducting all debit entries, the balance is 63,800 and it represents gross profit. So we have to write as to gross profit carried down, and this gross profit have to be taken in P&L account as by gross profit brought down, and we have to enter all indirect expenses, and if there are any incomes, that should be entered on the credit side, and we have to ascertain the net profit. In profit and loss account, we have to take by gross profit brought down, that is 63,800. And here you observe the cash book, receipt side and payment side. Receipt side, there may be any incomes and they have to be taken on the credit side, and if there are expenses, they have to be debited or taken on the debit side. And also see other information, which are incomes and expense. Incomes should be taken on the credit side and expenses should be taken on the debit side. So see the cash book. Here the indirect expenses given are salaries, printing and office expenses. So there are three expenses: salaries, office expenses and printing. So take two salaries which is given in the cash book, 2,400 on the payment side, and two office expenses 3,000, two printing 1,600. These expenses are available on in the cash book, credit side or payment side. And next, see other information and observe which are incomes and expenses. Here discount allowed is expenditure, so to discount allowed 1,000. Next, bad debts is given 1,000, so to bad debts 1,000, and discount earned is 2,000. It is income, so it should be taken on the credit side by discount earned 2,000. And here one more information given, that is provide for doubtful debts at 5% on debtors, depreciate plant and furniture by 10% each, and building by 5%. So we have to make provision on debtors and we have to give depreciation on the assets. So here next, to provision for doubtful debts is at 5%. So here closing debtors at the end of the accounting period is 46,000 into 5% we get 2,300. So provisional debtors is 2,300. Next here depreciation on plant and furniture is 10%. So here to depreciation on plant value which is given in the opening statement of affairs 40,000 into 10% we get 4,000. Next to depreciation on furniture. Furniture value is available in the opening statement of affairs. It is 4,000 into 10% we get 400. Next building value is available to depreciation on building. Building value is available in the opening statement of affairs 32,000 and into 5% depreciation, that is 1,600. So after taking all the incomes and expenses we have to close. Credit side is more, so take total 63,800 plus 2,000, 65,800, and from 65,800 all debit items or figures have to be deducted, and the difference is 48,500. It is net profit carried out. This net profit has to be, net profit goes to the owners, so it should be added to capital in the balance sheet. So next we have to prepare balance sheet. Next we have to prepare balance sheet. So give heading as balance sheet as on 31st/12/2017. And on the liabilities side, first we have to take opening capital. Opening capital is available in the opening statement of affairs. It is given 89,400. So next add net profit. We have asserted profit in the profit and loss account. It is 48,500. So the total is 1,37,900 and deduct amount withdrawn by the proprietor, that is drawings. Amount withdrawn by the proprietor for personal purpose is drawings, that should be deducted from capital. So here drawings is given 16,000. The drawings information is available in the cash book payment side. So by drawings 16,000. Deduct drawing 16,000. The remaining figure is 1,21,900. And other liabilities here are creditors and bills payable. Creditors and bills payable at the close of the year, that is on 31st/12/2017, their current liabilities show. Therefore, the closing balance of creditors is 33,400 and bills payable closing balance is 5,600. And total of these liabilities is 1,60,900. And on the asset side, first we have to take the fixed assets. Here the building, the first fixed asset is buildings, value 32,000. It is given in the opening statement of affairs. Buildings 32,000, and as per information, depreciation at 5% has to be provided. So less DEP 5%, that is 1,600, and the remaining figure should be shown in the outer column, that is 30,400. Next fixed asset is plant. Plant value is available in the opening statement of affairs, that is 40,000. Take plant value 40,000. Give depreciation, that is less DEP 10%. As per information, depreciation at 10% has to be provided on plant. So DEP at 10% is 4,000, and the remaining, after deducting depreciation, the remaining value is 36,000. Next, furniture Next asset is furniture. Next fixed asset is furniture, which is in the opening statement of affairs is 4,000. So furniture value is 4,000 and a 10% depreciation has to be provided on furniture. So less DP 10% is 400. The remaining value is 3,600. After taking the three here fixed assets, next we have to take current assets. Current assets are stock, debtors, bills receivable, cash, etc. So we have to take the stock on 31st of 2017, that is closing stock here given is 41,000. In the additional information it is given 41,000. Next debtors closing balance, we have to take debtors on 31st of 2017, that is closing balance of debtors. We have ascertained this closing balance in debtors account, that is 46,000. And as per information 5% provision has to be made. So less provision for doubtful debt at 5%. It comes to 2,300. After deducting this 2,300 we get 43,700 net debtors. And next asset we have to take on the asset side is bills receivable. Closing balance of bills receivable. Bills receivable at the end of the accounting period, that is closing balance, we have ascertained in bills receivable account, that is 1,800. And last we have to take the current asset is cash. Cash is also current asset, it is changing. So cash at the end of the accounting period, cash at the end of the that is on 31st of 2017 is 4,400. It is given in the cash book by closing balance 4,400. Closing balance in the cash account indicates cash at the end of the accounting period or cash as on 31st of 2017. It is 4,400. On the payment side in the cash book it is given 4,400. So make total on the asset side, it also becomes 1,60,400 and liabilities total is also 1,60,900. It is tallied here. So you have to solve the problems which is given for previous examinations and also solve the exercises, see the illustrations given in the book, study those problems. If there are any doubts, make list and we will discuss about these doubts in the next classes. So I am going to start second unit in the next class.